What's up YouTube, Bro here. In this video we are doing another installment of the Crunchyroll series, and this time up it is Beyond the Boundary, a 12 episode series which came out in 2013. Now, I know what you're thinking. A short series? That's right. I wonder how good that really was. Oh, it was grand. It's one of the... It emotionally drained me. Like, legitimately. Like, I'm glad I take a day off I'm glad I'm taking off, today to get ready for Kill la Kill on Saturday. But let's talk about this series. Okay. There's two main protagonists we're going to be dealing with, and their names are... Excuse me for a sec. Akihito Kanabara and Mirai Kuriyama. Now, Akihito is a very interesting character. Why? Well, he's half human, half yoma. Or is he yomu? That's splitting hairs. Mirai is a spirit world warrior. So her job is to defeat yomus. Well, here's the thing. Akihito has a bit of an interesting trait. He's immortal. You can stab him about 500 times, and he's never gonna die. You can throw him off a building from the highest ledge. He ain't gonna die. He may have some bones broken, but he will recover. Now, Akihito has some friends. Well, I call them friends. One, excuse me, is named Mitsuki Nase, and the other one is Harumi Nase. They're brother and sister, in case anybody's wondering. Harumi and Akihito have a very unique relationship, we'll call it. Because Harumi will tend to sneak up behind Akihito and kind of like grab him by the waist and just play with him a little bit there. Yeah, I know it sounds wrong, but just it's one of the more really moments, and you're like, wow, okay. So you have that. Oh yeah, and you have in the first two episodes the fact that Mirai constantly wants to fight Akihito, despite the fact that she can't kill him. Kind of like that whole spirit warrior Yoma thing, and they get the idea. Anyway. Well, it turns out that actually spirit warriors and Yomas actually can exist on this world together, peacefully, to some degree. As some of them run shops without an issue, and they actually help the spirit world people, the spirit warriors. Well, for the first two episodes, you probably think this is going to be some zany-ass comedy where it's just a bunch of slapstick between Mirai and Akihito. Then you find out in episode 3, and beginning from then on, just how serious it's going to get. Because you see, in episode 3, while yes, in the first two episodes they were dealing with Yomas, in episode 3, the main antagonist begins to show himself. And the main antagonist is actually called Beyond the Boundary. A Yoma which shows itself every 1,000 years. And by the way, if you actually looked at it, you would have sworn it looked like Sin from Final Fantasy X. One of my favorite Final Fantasies, actually. And 13 actually was pretty good. I don't see why that game was here. But anyway. The point is, Beyond the Boundary is where all these creatures are coming from. All these Yomas that the Spirit Hunters have to go and kill. Well, over time, you find out that because of the fact that Akihito is half Yoma, that side tends to rear itself every so often. And at one point, Mirai has to make the determination to kill him or to find a way to help him resist it, so he doesn't go full yoma and potentially just kill everybody. That's one of the more powerful episodes, and I'm not going to tell you the rest of them. That episode, trust me, that was one of those episodes that seriously started to bring me to the realization of how powerful this series was going to be, not just from the fights standpoint, but from the story, from the characters, and the way the characters bring you into it. The animation is a step back, admittedly, from, say, Yudapuri, or from Kuroko's Basketball, or even from K. But taking that away, and not even looking at that, the way the story is, and it brings you in, you don't worry about that. What you worry about is how awesome the story is that they're telling. How emotionally powerful it becomes. Because you have a attachment to the characters. Because you have because you want to see the character succeed against the villain. And when you meet this person who poses under the Society of Spirit Warriors, it really draws you in, because, okay, you're not just dealing with the Beyond the Boundary, you're not just dealing with this other thing, you're dealing with this guy who's under one guy's, and then you see his true colors, and you go, oh, okay, we see how this is going to play out now. Fuck this guy. And that's literally what you say to him. I made my thoughts perfectly, clear towards the end of the series in the live blog section. What I thought of him. He can go fuck off. End of story. But the way the story was told was just beautifully done. Now, is this the greatest story ever told? Nah. I still think K has one of the better stories, as far as the fact that it's, 12 episodes of bam, 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 and there's no real zany stuff going on. But for what this is, it was a really well done, beautifully written story. And it is definitely one you need to check out. The series is called Beyond the Boundary. If you want the Japanese name, it is referred to as Kyokai no Kanata. And I'll take my bow now, because I actually think I did a pretty damn good job on that. But no, seriously. It's 12 episodes long, so you don't have to worry about too much. You could probably blast through it in one day. I choose to do it in two, because I had to fill some time. But you definitely need to check out this series. The way they build the story, the way they progress the characters, the way they make you care about the characters. Every single one. Even Hiromi with his zany antics. And yes, I named like those four, but trust me, there's a whole part of the cast that I did not mention that you need to meet. So do yourself a favor and go check this series out. It is available to watch on Crunchyroll, and go check it out, because, like I said, it's well worth your time. It's well worth your emotional investment, and you may wish it was a hell of a lot longer afterwards. Anywho, so we're giving this a passing grade. If you're setting me out of what? Let's say, if you said to me out of 5, I'll say I give it about 4.5, just because of how zany it starts and you think it's going to be a nonsense series. But it truly is one of the better series I have seen in a long time. I know I keep saying that, but trust me. this is one of those series you need to go check out. Anywho, you all have a great evening, and I will talk to you all later. Take care, gang.